Border security has been completely transformed in just 37 days of this new Trump administration. CBS News, yes, that CBS News is now reporting they have yet to see a single migrant in the El Paso sector. Their explanation? Quote, officials here tell us the reason is the new administration's tougher immigration policies. End quote. This is what real leadership looks like. Meanwhile, Secretary of Defense delivered a message to illegal immigrant criminals that sent shockwaves through sanctuary cities. You could find your way to Guantanamo Bay. This isn't just tough talk, it's policy. And border czar Tom Homan didn't mince words, warning sanctuary cities we're going to double the man force there. And the results speak volumes. Illegal crossings have fallen off a cliff. And the border crisis and America's blood pressure crisis share a common threat. Both can be deadly if left unaddressed. Just as Trump is securing our borders, you need to secure your heart health. A shocking 2024 CDC study reveals that nearly half of all adults in America have dangerously high blood pressure, yet only 1 in 4 have it under control. While the administration tackles fentanyl flowing across our borders, you need to tackle the silent killer threatening your arteries. I personally use this breakthrough formula packed with clinically proven ingredients like white mulberry leaf that naturally regulates blood pressure while reducing bad cholesterol. Thousands of Americans have reclaimed their health naturally with this triple action formula. Visit boostwithgary.com for 40% off and take control of your health security today. It's linked down below. Give it a try. Okay, this just in. We got this from the White House direct into our inbox. Trump administration shredding Michael Moore over insane illegal immigration take. Yeah, Michael Moore thinks he's going to school President Trump. The White House just torched Michael Moore after his latest deranged statement opposing the deportation of violent illegal alien criminals. Moore claimed deportees could have cured cancer or stopped an asteroid. The Trump administration fired back hard. White House Deputy Press Secretary Kush Desai, Michael Moore is free to visit the quantum computing and particle physics labs at MS-13. TDA and the cartels are now going to have to set up back home in El Salvador, Venezuela, and Mexico. Oh, my goodness. Reality check. These aren't scholars. They're killers and terrorists. Trump is removing them from American communities. And here's a glimpse of who the Biden administration allowed to roam freely. Portuguese national convicted of exploiting a minor apprehended in Philadelphia. A Guatemalan national charged with armed home invasion, kidnapping, and assault apprehended in Rhode Island. A Haitian national charged with 3 murders apprehended in North Carolina. MS-13 Salvadorian gang member convicted of aggravated assault apprehended in Houston. Another one here, Guatemalan national charged with multiple counts of something absolutely abhorrent. You see it on your screen there, apprehended in Massachusetts. A Brazilian gang member convicted of assault and robbery apprehended in Boston. These are the people that Michael Moore thinks should stay in the U.S., right? The Trump administration isn't playing games. ICE is rounding them up and kicking them out. The White House statement, we are putting Americans first. Look at what you see on the screen there. Look at all those. Gone, 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 gone. All gone. Under Biden, these criminals were left unchecked. Now under Trump, the law is back. Deportations are surging. Sanctuary city protections are getting shattered. Michael Moore and his liberal elitist friends have never had to live with the consequences of illegal immigration. Meanwhile, Americans, especially in border towns and crime-ridden cities, have been suffering for years. And Trump is making it clear. America comes first. If you are here illegally and you're a violent criminal, you are out. Facts over feelings. The Trump deportation machine is up and running, and no amount of Hollywood whining is going to stop it. So stay locked in, folks. This is only the beginning. Here's the official press release that we received earlier today, directly from the White House. Man, it's so cool being on the White House press list right now, because we are getting real, like as fast as this information hits my inbox, I generate the tweets, get the information out, take the screenshots, and then they go viral on X with your help. If you're not following us on X, you need to do so. And you will be the first to know even before we publish anything on YouTube. We're putting it out there in real time because we are the media now. You know, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I have been the media for 20 years, pushing back against these false narratives. Well, now we have gone to a completely new level. Okay, direct access to the White House, and it is amazing. Here we have President Trump. This is from the cabinet meeting talking about the Border Patrol.
Absolutely. But we also having tremendous support from Border Patrol, from ICE. The ICE agents have been unbelievable. Border Patrol, their leadership at Border Patrol has been incredible, and they're working very well. And as you know, and I saw you reporting it this morning, actually, we set records on the least number of illegal aliens coming in, migrants coming into our country that we've had in more than 50 years. And we did this all within a period of weeks because we took over a mess. The world was pouring in. And remember, they were coming in from jails and prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums, and they were gang members and drug dealers. Anybody wanted to come in, they came. And from not just South America, from all over the world. So it's amazing what they've done. And Christie and Tom Homan, the job they've done has been absolutely amazing. We set records for, and we want people to come into our country, by the way, but they want to come in, they have to come in legally. I want that to be really understood. We want people in our country, but they have to come in legally.
Yeah, come in legally. It's that simple. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick explains President Trump's new gold card, which will replace the fraudulent EB-5 program. Check this out. It's creating a lot of controversy, but it could raise a ton of money to pay down the ridiculous amount of debt that we're in.
For $1 million. So the EB-5 program, which has been around for many years, had investment of $1 million into projects in America. And those projects were often suspect, they didn't really work out, there wasn't any oversight of it. And so for $1 million investment, you got a visa and then you came into the country and ended up with a green card. So it was poorly overseen, poorly executed. Then you had our border open where millions of people came through. So the idea is we will have a proper business. We will modify the EB-5 agreement. Christy and I are working on it together. For $5 million, they'll get a license from the Department of Commerce. Then they'll make a proper investment on the EB-5, right? And we think Scott and I will design the EB-5 investment model because Scott and I are the best people together to do that. So this is joint. This is exactly the Trump administration. We all work together. We work it out to be the best. And if we sell, just remember, 200,000, there's a line for EB-5 of 250,000 right now. 200,000 of these gold green cards is $1 trillion to pay down our debt. And that's why the president is doing it, because we are going to balance this budget and we are going to pay off the debt under President Trump. So the EB-5 program.
That is one way to do it. We've got more from the cabinet. Let's take a look about this. This is President Trump talking about the scourge of fentanyl that is going to come to an end.
That, we've lost millions of people due to fentanyl. It comes mostly from China, but it comes through Mexico and it comes through Canada. And I have to tell you that, on April 2nd, I was going to do it on April 1st, but I'm a little bit superstitious, so I made it April 2nd. The tariffs go on, not all of them, but a lot of them. And I think you're going to see something that's going to be amazing. We've been taken advantage of as a country for a long period of time. We've been tariffed, but we didn't tariff. Now, I did, when I was here, we took in $700 billion from China. $700 billion. Not one president in the history of our country took in 10 cents from China. At the same time, China respected us. Now, when COVID came in, that was a different deal. I used to call it the China virus. I guess I can call it the China virus again, but it's an accurate term, but I won't do that out of respect to China. We've lost.
Oh man, the China. Love it. I love it when he does that. Here we have more. This is regarding the tariffs coming to Canada and Mexico. Here's more.
For Canada, Mexico. Mr. President, can you clarify the Canada-Mexico tariffs? You had put that 30-day pause.
Yeah.
You just referred to
25%.
25%. When does it go into effect?
April 2nd.
April 2nd for Canada, Mexico.
Correct. And for everything.
Well, we have the fentanyl related is a pause. If they can prove to the president they've done an excellent job, that's what they first do in 30 days.
you guys seen any
But then
change?
the overall is April 2nd. So the big transaction is April 2nd, but the fentanyl related things, they're working hard on the border. At the end of that 30 days, they have to prove to the president that they've satisfied him to that regard. If they have,
It's gonna be
then
hard
he'll
to
give them a pause, or he won't. But
It's going
that's
to be
up
hard
to
to
him. We'll see.
satisfy. We lose 300,000 people a year to fentanyl. Not 100, not 95, not 60 like you read. You know, you've been reading it for years. We lost, in my opinion, over the last couple of years, on average, maybe close to 300,000 people dead. And the families are ruined. You know, when they lose a daughter, when they lose a son, the families are never the same. You're never going to be the same. So you're talking about 1 million people. But when the daughters die, I see it, daughters die and the sons die because of fentanyl. And in some cases, I don't even know they're taking it. They're buying something else and it's laced with fentanyl and they end up dying. And I've known many people who've lost children to fentanyl and for other reasons, but to fentanyl, it's such a big killer. And those people are never the same people. I mean, I've seen people that for the rest of their lives, they're not the same people. They're so different, it's not even believable. Dynamic people, happy people they die a miserable death. And that's because of the crap that comes in through China and through Mexico and through Canada. A lot of it comes through Canada.
Mr. President, can you
That's coming to an end. I mean, I personally know families affected, people that I know no longer with us because of addictions they had, and they got some bad stuff. They're no longer with us. It's heartbreaking. Here's more. This is the Secretary of Defense talking with Laura Ingraham.
I think the message is clear. If you break the law, if you are a criminal, you could find your way at Guantanamo Bay. You don't want to be at Guantanamo Bay. I think the message is clear.
Yeah, you don't want to be at Guantanamo Bay. No way. Here we have Representative Chip Roy talking about birthright citizenship.
This is a blatant amendment, and the Wong Kim Ark case bestows automatic citizenship to all children born to foreign nationals, including illegal aliens. This is a blatant misunderstanding of both items, resulting in birthright citizenship serving as a driving force of illegal immigration to the United States, as many illegal aliens and temporary visa holders know they can reap the benefits of their child's citizenship. President Trump's first-day executive order on birthright citizenship restored the 14th Amendment to this original meaning. Despite what you may hear on the news, some of the most respected legal scholars agree with the constitutional interpretation outlined in President Trump's executive order. Some of these legal scholars include those here on this panel today. Our witnesses will dive into the history of the 14th Amendment in Congress and the Supreme Court. But I'll give you a brief version. The drafters of the 14th Amendment understood it not to grant citizenship to persons, quote, owing allegiance to any foreign sovereignty, end quote. And in the first cases decided after ratification, the Supreme Court held that jurisdiction in the 14th Amendment means not merely subject in some respect or degree to the jurisdiction of the United States, but completely, the 14th Amendment and the Wong.
It's time to end birthright citizenship and birth tourism, as it's called, because it is a magnet. Here we have more talking about Medicare and Medicaid. This is the fraud that they're talking. Oh, it's going to get cut.
So many times.
The spending bill that passed last night aims to cut $2 trillion.
Right.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, you shouldn't be asking me that question, okay? This will not be read my lips. It won't be read my lips anymore. We're not going to touch it. Now, we are going to look for fraud. I'm sure you're okay with that, like people that shouldn't be on, people that are illegal aliens and others, criminals in many cases. And that's with Social Security. We have a lot of people. You see that immediately when you see people that are 200 years old that are being sent checks for Social Security. Some of them are actually being sent checks. So we're tracing that down, and I have a feeling that Pam is going to do a very good job with that. But you have a lot of fraud. But no, we're not doing anything on this.
Yeah, the media is gonna tell you that, oh, they're gonna take Social Security, but they're trying to weed out who's actually deserving of it, and certainly not illegals. Here we have border czar Tom Homan, talking about the promise that Trump has made to America.
Make our community safe. You're exactly right, Lawrence. Look, I've been around the country doing many operations in the community, whether they see it at the airport, whether they see it at a restaurant, or out doing the operation. I can't tell you how many members of the community come up and thank us for being there. You know, President Trump made a promise to the American people when he got elected that he's going to make our community safer, especially from illegal alien violent crime. That's exactly what we're doing. And we're doing it across the nation. As far as the politicians who want to push back and attack the men and women with ICE and myself, I'm not running a popularity contest. I'm out there doing what the president promised the American people we're going to do. We're out there enforcing the law without apology. We're going to keep coming. You can put all the roadblocks you want up. We're going to keep coming. For these sanctuary cities who want to push back and impede us, we'll double the man force there. We'll double worksite enforcement there. We're not going away. We're going to keep coming at them until every criminal illegal alien gang member, every illegal alien criminal is eradicated from this country. That's when I'll be satisfied. You're exactly right, Lawrence. Look, I've been around.
Oh, we're not done yet, folks. We've got more to get to. CBS, check this out. This was posted 13 hours ago by Rapid Response 47. We've been riding with Border Patrol agents here in El Paso. Have yet to see a single migrant.
At the lowest thing, it is quiet here at the U.S.-Mexico border, where illegal crossings are down by more than 90% from the same time last year. In fact, over the weekend, the Department of Homeland Security reported the lowest single-day tally in migrant crossings here in 15 years. And we have been riding with Border Patrol agents here in the El Paso sector of the border, which covers West Texas and New Mexico, and we have yet to see a single migrant. We have seen Border Patrol agents, Department of Defense personnel, including National Guard troops and vehicles and barriers, but no single migrants or asylum seekers yet. And officials here tell us that the reason behind this dramatic drop in illegal immigration is the new administration's tougher immigration policies. They credit the Trump administration's immigration crackdown for this dramatic drop in illegal immigration here. Those policies include a new measure that allows agents to quickly expel migrants back to Mexico without any sort of asylum processing, which has been a right for migrants under U.S. law. That is currently suspended, and many migrants are now being summarily expelled back to Mexico without any chance to request asylum. And amid this drop, the administration is now also considering reinstating a policy known as Title 42 that would allow officials to cite public health concerns to also expel migrants back to Mexico or to their home countries. It is quiet here.
Man, all the mess that they have to clean up now. We were on such a track to get the border cleaned up. Biden came in and just screwed it all up. Okay, looks like Elon Musk posting this. Another judge violating the will of the people. Ian Miles Chong, judge rules that refugee admissions must continue. A Biden-appointed judge. Jamal Whitehead has blocked President Trump executive order that aimed to indefinitely suspend refugee admissions. The judge determined the order likely violates the separation of powers by exceeding the executive branch authority. Under the ruling, the Trump administration is legally required to permit millions of refugees into the United States without stoppage. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Here's the House Judiciary GOP. Democrats are fighting our legislation to deport illegal aliens who get DUIs. Why would they fight that? It's so ridiculous. But here is Jamie Raskin. Let's see what he has to say.
His work dramatic. This legislation would do essentially is just make it mandatory upon even a first DUI offense where nobody is injured. I don't know that that makes our roads safer compared to, for example, a compulsory ignition interlock device rule for people who are actually convicted of drunk driving. That really has worked dramatically in Maryland in any event.
Wow.
This legislation would do essentially.
Wow. So Jamie Raskin wants to keep people convicted of DUIs who are illegal, keep them on your streets. Here we have more from President Trump on the illegal border crossings.
Nobody's actually ever. In just over 1 month, illegal border crossings have plummeted by numbers that nobody's actually ever seen before. It's much more than 100%. And we've unleashed American energy at levels that will soon be reported. But we think we're going to get it going very quickly. We have incredible people on the energy front. I think we have really great people on every front. I'll let you know if they're not good, but I think they really are. And we're fighting every day to get the prices down. The inflation is stopping slowly, but part of the reason it's stopping is because of high interest rates and other problems that we inherited. But we have to get the prices down, not the inflation down, the prices of eggs and various other things. Eggs are a disaster. The Secretary of Agriculture is going to be showing you a chart that's actually mind-boggling what's happened, how low they were with us and how high they are now. But I think we can do something about it, Madam Secretary, and I think you're going to do a fantastic job in that position.
Oh, we've got more, folks. We ain't done yet. Let's keep going. Here we have, this is Chris's world. The border is closed. Let's check this out.
Regards to the agent, because the last time that I had you on, you gave us a great look into what was happening at the border in regards to the agents and how they're viewing things and how they were, like, call it what it is, being prevented from doing their jobs. That was great insight. Have things changed since then?
Drastically changed, man. They were demoralized. There was no morale. It didn't exist, especially Border Patrol and ICE. And man, what a difference President Trump has made just by
one election. In Sanctuary City, St. Paul, Minnesota, ICE has arrested 3 convicted illegal. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay. I just, I hate even like talking about this stuff. It's just, okay.
As a politician, in a press release, the White House provided a tiny sample of the illegal immigrant criminals arrested in sanctuary cities under President Trump. In St. Paul, ICE arresting a Sudanese national convicted of rape of a victim under 13.
Yeah, we just broke that story on X as we got the email directly from the White House, so you guys are behind the curve. Haha. Okay, here's Secretary Noem announcing new requirement for illegals.
I don't think I got it. Repeat the name of the website for the illegals to register, because I don't think I got it.
You were testing me. It is USCIS/alien registration, but they need to go there now today, because within 30 days of being in this country illegally, they should register. They will be able to be fingerprinted. We'll know that they're here, and we'll help them go home.
We'll help them go home. Here's Secretary Rubio. A number of these countries have now agreed not just to take back, but, let's listen.
Migration begins. All those countries you mentioned in Central America are all migratory routes. That is the route that people take to get to the southern border. So our border, in many cases, when it comes to mass migration, begins there. So we want countries to cooperate in stopping it. In addition, a number of these countries, I add Honduras now to the list, a number of these countries have now agreed not just to take back repatriation flights of their own nationals, but to take third country, meaning people from other countries who basically enter the United States illegally. We can send them to those countries, and they have a choice. They can go back to their home country, or they can go to these countries. These are powerful tools, and that's why you're now seeing historically low numbers under President Trump.
Do you think
historically low numbers at the border?
Your visits?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with President Trump. It has to do with the fact that people that were coming here realized that this isn't Joe Biden. Under President Trump, you're not just going to be able to come in, claim asylum, and stay forever. And so we are literally, in some of these countries, I had a call yesterday, one of these countries, they now have people doing U-turns, right? They were on their way here. They realized, okay, they're not playing around anymore. President Trump is serious, and they've done a U-turn. They're trying to go back to their country. Right. We're seeing that happen. And that is as a result of President Trump's very clear leadership on migration.
Clear leadership is what this country needs, and the new border strategy represents a complete paradigm shift in American immigration policy. For years, we've been told border enforcement was impossible or inhumane. Yet in just over a month, we're seeing undeniable results. The administration isn't just talking, they're acting. And starting April 2nd, new tariffs on Mexico and Canada will target the fentanyl crisis head on. We lose 300,000 people a year to fentanyl. That's what President Trump, he declared in that cabinet meeting. This is not about politics. It's about saving American lives. Despite federal judges already trying to block these policies, the administration is moving forward undeterred. And the questions Americans should be asking themselves: If illegal immigration could be controlled this quickly, why did previous administrations allow the crisis to spiral for decades? Did they actually want open borders all along? Drop your comment below and show your support for the Next News Network with your Next News merch. Shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. It's linked below. Get a hat or a shirt and show the world that you love the real news.